Yo, what's up guys, Pinku here and welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas. Today I thought it would be cool to tell you some of my Christmas stories, so let's get right into it. This is the story of my first Christmas, or rather the first Christmas I can remember. So I was about 4 years old and my sister was 6 and my younger brother was about 1. I can't remember much of the Christmas itself, but I do remember a few things, specifically receiving a plushie dog which was destined to be my all-time favourite cuddly toy throughout my life. So this was back in the day when we had real Christmas trees. I'm pretty certain we had a real tree that year anyway. So this would be the year 2000. But yeah, so our family wasn't as broke when my siblings and I were children, so we had a lot of gifts and a lot of fun. We lived in Perth, WA. I remember specifically that year where we received some bouncy balls. Not sure what they're called, but you just sit on them and bounce. My sister and I had a lot of fun with these. I can't be sure if this is how it happened since I was only 4, but this is how I remember it anyway. So after we opened all of the presents, there was one left under the tree that Ophelia spotted. Ophelia is my older sister. We started playing catch with it until she asked, what if it's something glass and something soft? So we decided on opening it. The gift tag had my name on it, so I proceeded to open it. I always claimed that I first saw a butt, but my memory is sort of foggy, so that might not be true. But anyway, in the wrapping paper was a soft plushie dog. In our family we called plushies cuddly toys. I was going to name him Robert until I saw a name on his collar that said Cosmo. And I loved that little dog. I slept with him every night. He was like my best friend. I remember being convinced that he'd come alive every night and we'd play together, though that was probably just me dreaming whilst asleep. I still indeed have this dog. I keep him safe underneath my bed in my granddad's house in WA, and I'm pretty certain he's worth a bit of money now since they don't make him anymore. Or at least I thought. I might have to double check that. But yeah, Cosmo came from Toys R Us. That was like way back in the day. So that was the story of my very first Christmas. This is the story of my most memorable Christmas. The majority of our Christmases, if not all, were spent at my grandparents' house, so this was probably around age 6, I think. We were pretty young. I don't remember all of it, but I remember not knowing it was Christmas. My granddad came out and started yelling at my siblings and I, telling us to clean up the mess outside, and the three of us had no clue what he was talking about, but we went outside to check. And what we saw, or at least what I remember from my 6-year-old self, was 3 Christmas trees, and in front of each were probably hundreds of presents in a row, going from the smallest in the front to the biggest near the tree. 3 trees and 3 rows of gifts for us 3 siblings. That was one of the best Christmases ever. One of our Christmas traditions was we'd all sit down and write out our wish list to Santa. Our grandparents would read these when we weren't looking, and then at night we'd burn the lists so that the ashes could float to the North Pole where Santa would read them. I recently told this to 2 friends of mine who said how weird that was, and now looking back I suppose it was sort of strange, but we were children and it was magic to us. So Ophelia had asked for a Video Now, which is sort of like a shitty portable DVD player which requires its own weird discs, and the Video Now ended up as a gift with my name on it, and so it was mine. Ophelia still holds that grudge against me to this day, that I didn't give her the Video Now to her. As children we don't really think about right and wrong, we more so think about what we want, and I wanted that Video Now as well. Also, a side story, I used to watch the Saddle Club on that Video Now, but I'd stop it right as the opening credits started because I thought that was the end credits of the show. Man, I was fucking dumb. I still don't know if I ever watched a full episode of the Saddle Club. Also, that Christmas, I got my first very own video, which was Barbie as Rapunzel. I watched it that day and fell in love with it, and it is still my favourite Barbie movie. And that's the end of my most memorable Christmas. This is the story of my first Christmas away from home. My first Christmas away from home was when I was 19 and my buddy Megan was there. We shared a small 1-room apartment in Sydney. We were on Centrelink benefits, so we were pretty broke, but my dad gave me some Christmas money, so I gave $100 to Megan to buy gifts for me, and I spent over $100 on her. That Christmas was probably the best Christmas of my life, even though I was upset I couldn't see my family, but spending it with one of my favourite people in the world was enough. We opened gifts, had a great Christmas lunch, tried eggnog for the first time, which wasn't all that great, and then we got really drunk at night and wandered the streets looking for a club, and of course none of them was open because it was Christmas. And that's the story of my first Christmas away from home. And now this is the story of my last Christmas. My last Christmas, I was fortunate enough to have my dad need my help at one of his concerts in Perth, WA, so he paid for my flights. I got to see my family for the first time in 2 years, and it was really great just to see them all again. I was the only one who bought gifts because everyone else was too broke, but they all appreciated the things I gave them. Not gonna lie, I felt like fucking Santa Claus with all my gifts. I felt like the shit. And the rest of the day was pretty much spent hanging out and then having a big Christmas lunch and dinner. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty certain I got real high. It was fun. It was funny. Also, it was really fucking hot. It was like rural WA, Australian Christmas. You will die in that heat. Trust me, I'm telling you. Also, I can't remember if my sister was there or not. That's why she's got a question mark above her head. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't, but I can't remember. So that's the story of my last Christmas. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. Tell me in the comments what was your most memorable Christmas, because I would love to know. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to hit that bell so you get notified every single time I upload, because I'll be uploading every single day until Christmas. Okay, bye!